impressive W for the Raptors, 9:05. Well, okay, fine. The Toronto Raptors in Detroit in Game 7 of the NBA Final. Okay, well, you know what? That's just Dwayne Casey maybe thinking it's that, because let's be honest, Raptor fans, that's really all he cares about is beating the Toronto Raptors. He doesn't care. He doesn't give a damn about anything else but beating the Toronto Raptors. We all know that. And for the Raptors to go in there with no Pascal, no Fred, no Precious, no Gary Trent Jr. tonight, and you win 115-111 and improve now to 8-7 on the season. If you're wondering, James, what the hell's up wrong with your voice? Well, and the reason the video is so late, guys, I was at a concert downtown. Now, a lot of you guys don't know that I'm a huge country music fan. And basketball fans, maybe not the biggest country music fans, but that's okay. I was at the Luke Combs concert tonight. Hell of a time. Just an absolutely remarkable experience. So that's why the voice is a little wonky. Might not sound bad on your end, but it definitely feels like I'm straining it. That's for sure. But let's get through this, Raptor fans, because you saw some pretty good performances tonight from the Toronto Raptors. You saw Delano Benton break out in some pretty big ways. You saw Chris Boucher step up when you really needed him the most. And you got some, I wouldn't say surprise performances, but you got some extra help. I'm going to put it that way. You know, because Malachi did a great job. Jeff Dowtin Jr. looked really good in the minimal minutes that he played. Christian Koloko was effective in his minutes. Juancho gave you some good minutes. I was really impressed with those guys. I really was. Now let's break down the game. First quarter, you know, back and forth with the Raptors, end up leading after the first quarter by 4, 27-23. All right, good start to the game. You get the lead. Your defensive intensity's there. You've only allowed 23 in the first quarter. Good start to the game. And in the second quarter, you know, same sort of thing happens, right? You win that quarter by 3. You're up by 7 at the break. And shout out Chris Boucher for a lot of the mid-range stuff that he was hitting in that second quarter. A step-back jumper, 2 mid-range, they're fairly long mid-range shots, long twos that he drilled, then a corner 3 that he drilled. I was really impressed with Chris Boucher today, man, especially in the early goings of this game in the second quarter. And then you go to the third, right, and you win that quarter, 30-26, and you're feeling good, right? You're up by 11 going into the fourth quarter. It's closing time. You're up by 11 on the road. You've won the first 3 quarters of this game. You know Dwayne Casey wants this one bad, so he's going to want to punch hard, and he did. But the Raptors, whenever it got real close, they had an answer. Whether it was OG, Anunoby. I mean, we'll talk about him in a second, that throwdown. You guys know that's the clip I'm going to use, because why wouldn't I? And the denial by OG at the end of the third quarter. And let's go right to the very end here. Raptors are up by 3. And I can't remember who it was. Was it Bay? Isaiah Bay? I can't remember who it was. Drives on Jeff Dowtin Jr. And he gets by him enough, but Dowtin stays with him. And when he goes up for the layup, Dowtin sends it back, but then has the wherewithal to keep the ball inbounds, passes it back into Delano Benton, who's then fouled, and that basically ices the game. I think Delano then goes, what did he end for the game from the free throw line? Where is he here? I know he was 6 of 6. He must have missed one. Maybe it was OG he fouled. I don't know, because you won by 4. You know what I mean? And just a phenomenal job closing this game out, not letting the moment get too big for these young players, and getting a win. I think that's the most important part, right? With all these players out, it really doesn't matter who you're playing. Go out there and find a way to get a W. And that's that was really the definition of today's game. Did the Raptors play a little sluggish defensively in that fourth quarter? Absolutely. They allowed 34. And they only scored 27. They were minus 7 in the quarter. However, they bent, but they never broke. Right? And they had a chance to take the lead at one point in the fourth quarter where they would go for the layup, and OG comes up from behind and swats the ball away. Really big play there, because I think it leads to the alley-oop from Delano to Boucher. I can't remember which one. Was it one that led to it? But either way, phenomenal jobs on both sides of the ball there that lead to points, right? And it leads to the fast break, where the Raptors like to dominate, and they did today. They were plus 11 in the fast break. Let's get to the players. And you got to start with Delano. Because coming into the game, you see that he's starting, and you look at the starting lineup, and you see Thad Young, you see Delano Benton, you see OG, you see Scotty. I think Boucher started to, again, you guys know where I was, so I'm trying to put this all together as well. The lineup doesn't look the greatest. You know what I mean? And they all made it, and you needed one guy to really step up and be the guy. And that was Delano today. 27 points. I wrote 2 boards, but I think he had 4. 27, 2 and 4, but I think it's 4 and 4. 9 of 16 shooting. Was 6 of 6 from the free throw line. 3 of 7 from distance. Had 3 steals and 2 blocks. Delano gave you a little bit of everything tonight. The confidence shooting the 3. And I said this earlier on, when, I think it was a few games ago, where he was drilling a couple threes. I'm like, man, if Delano can hit the 3 at a consistent rate, 35, 40%, and they got to challenge him out there, that opens up the drive, which obviously is his bread and butter. And that's what it did tonight. You knocked down a couple threes and like, damn, we got to get out there and guard this guy. Here come the blow-bys. He was phenomenal tonight. Absolutely phenomenal. You needed him to be, and he was outstanding. Delano Banton kind of leading the charge, right? There was one play where he drives in and then comes back out beyond the three-point line, passes into the corner. I can't remember who it was. I think it might have been Scotty. And then he dishes it right back to him, and Delano knows exactly what he's doing with it. Chucks up a 3. Drills it. And you're like, man, the confidence on Delano Banton there. Really, really, really nice. Now, let's get to OG. 19 points in the game, 7 boards, 3 dimes, 6 of 19 shooting, so not great there. 6 of 7 from the free throw line, however, and 1 of 6 from 3. But one of those 6 makes. Delano driving down the lane, kicks to the corner to OG, and right as that, he puts the ball on the ground, drives on I'm biting the inside of my lip, and drives on Marvin Bagley, and he throws it down over top of him. What a slam from OG Anunoby. And it just continues to show you the force that he plays with. Remarkable, ridiculous dunk from the young OG. And phenomenal job there. And you obviously know what you're going to get defensively. He had 2 blocks in the game, some very key blocks in this one. Again, not the most efficient shooting night, but when you go 19, 7, and 3 with 2 blocks, and you were 6 of 7 from the free throw line, yeah, we'll take that. I want to bring up Thaddeus Young. I thought he, again, the stat line is not sexy. It's not. But it's Thad Young. He's going to do everything possible to help your team win. 6 points, 6 boards, 4 assists, shot 2 of 4 from the field, 2 of 2 from the free throw line, had 2 steals and a denial, and 2 of his 4 assists were off-ball cuts from, I believe it was Wancho and Delano, and he fires a bullet pass right into the catch, right into their mitts, and it's a nice easy lay-in for both guys. That's the veteran stuff from Thad Young you love to see. Scotty Barnes. We heard Thaddeus Young talk about it, now the sophomore slump, and he's putting a lot of pressure on himself and all this stuff. And I get that. And people are going to be like, well, he can't be hard on Scotty. Look, he's the reigning rookie of the year. We all know what he can do. He's just got to get back to it. There were a few plays today where he's, backing guys down and just taking them to town, right? A little hook shot over them, beautiful bucket. But then there's other ones where it's like, Scotty, not your shot, big guy. And he only shot 9 shots today. It tells you something. A little tentative with the shot. 8 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists, shot in 4 of 9. He had a steal and a block. You want to see more from Scotty. Especially if you're going to have these guys continuously out. You can't expect Delano to drop 27 all the time. You can't expect Boucher to give you 20 every night. Heck, you can't expect Malachi to give you double digits every night. Because you're not playing Detroit every night. So he's got to figure this thing out. Chris Boucher, 20 points, 4 boards, 1 dime, 7 of 12 from the field, 5 of 5 from the free throw line, 1 of 3 from distance. And I said it during the breakdown of the game that I loved Boucher's mid-range. I mean, I counted, was it 3 or 4 mid-range jump shots, whether it was a step back at the free throw line, or there's a couple, fairly deep 2-pointers that he drilled, and then a corner 3. All that in the second quarter. did a phenomenal job coming off the bench and making an impact and scoring the basketball. I mean, look, with all those guys in the lineup, that's always going to be the question mark. Are you going to be able to score? And he did a phenomenal job tonight. He really, really did. Now let's get to the bench guys. Juancho gave you great minutes. 9 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists, 4 of 8 from the field, 1 of 3 from distance, was a plus 11 on the floor, didn't hurt you one bit. Again, great off-ball cut, leading to the Thad Young assist. And I love what we saw there. He also drilled a 3 as well. You love it. And Christian Coloco. The fact that he only had 8 points, 2 boards, 1 assist is not what I'm here to talk about. Or only 1 block. It's the 2 of 2 from the field and the 4 of 4 from the free throw line. It's just finishing. You're a massive man. Albeit, weight-wise, but length-wise, you're huge. So when you're getting the ball in the paint, make it happen. And he did today. Really good job for Coloco in the minimal minutes that he played. He didn't miss a shot today. Wherever it was, he didn't miss a shot. You like what you saw from Christian today. And Jeff Dowtin Jr., look, I loved him in preseason. I talked about it in every game that I'm super impressed with this kid. And he continues to impress me like absolute crazy. 4 points, 4 boards, a couple assists in the game, 2 or 3 from the field. Missed the 1 3 that he took, but he also had that big block late in the game in the dying 30 seconds of the game. You have Jeff Dowtin Jr. out there making big plays for you. You love to see it from the young guard. Really nice job for Jeff Dowtin Jr. And Malachi Flynn, he seems to be really steady lately. This year, whenever he gets an opportunity to play, he's making do with it. So I love what we saw from Malachi. 12 points, 3 boards, 4 assists, with 3 of 6 from the field, 4 of 4 from the line, 2 of 4 from 3, and was a plus 8. Great numbers all around, and only 15 minutes for Malachi Flynn, albeit, with Delano playing as well as he was, you can't put Malachi out there. If Delano was struggling, then you might have saw more Malachi, but you just couldn't. But he made do with the minutes that he did get. So really nice job for Malachi there. Let's get to the team stats quickly. Raptors shot 49% from the field. Without all those main guys in the lineup, he shot 49% from the field. Phenomenal. 30% from 3, not great, but what do you expect, right? This is the number that I love. 96% from the free throw line. The Raptors missed 1 free throw. They were 27 for 28. OG's 1 miss on a 6 of 7 from the free throw line. That was the only miss of the game for the Raptors from the stripe. In a 4-point win, that's crucial. How many times have we talked about the Raptors missing 8, 9, 10 free throws? You do that today, you lose. But you made your freebies, and you won the ball game. Great job. They shot 46% from the field, 32% from 3, and only 72% from the line. But they got to the free throw line 43 times. That's wild. But they only had 4 more makes because they missed 12 free throws. To make a miss league, guys, Raptors made more than the Celtics. It's pretty simple, and they did a job. As I mentioned earlier, plus 11 in the fast break and plus 12 in points in the paint. Those were the only skewed numbers in the game. Otherwise, it was fairly even throughout. Now, we move on. And the next game is tricky. Let's be honest here. If we don't have any key guys come back, if we don't have Gary or we don't have Fred for this game, not looking good. Wednesday, the Raptors host the Miami Heat. 7:30 tip-off there, and Miami's won now 3 straight games. They're feeling themselves a little bit more. They're back to 500. So, the Raptors are going to be welcoming Kyle Lowry back to town on Wednesday at 7:30. Can they make it 2 in a row? We'll have to wait and see. But for now, enjoy the W, Raptor fans, because we all deserve it after what we've been seeing recently from this team and seeing constant reports of people being hurt. All right, so you know what, guys? That is going to do it for this one. If you enjoyed the video and you guys enjoyed the W and beating Dwayne Casey in his NBA Finals, hit that like button. Do appreciate it. Hit that subscribe button. You guys not already comment down below your thoughts on the video, your thoughts on the game, what you like, what you not like from today's game for the Toronto Raptors. The Twitter link is down below, so follow up, send me that great stuff. The Instagram link is also down below, so follow there. You guys, if you have not done so already, the Discord link is also in the description. So join up, chat up, do all that stuff on Discord down in the description. And I'll talk to you guys Leafs edition tomorrow night as they are in Pittsburgh taking on the Penguins. Matt Murray gets the start. He's back, and he's facing his former team. Let's see how it goes. And as for the Toronto Raptors, they're back in action on Wednesday night as they host the Miami Heat. 7:30 tip-off there, looking for 2 in a row. We have no idea who's going to be playing for the Toronto Raptors that night. But no matter what, fellas, come out there, play hard, and see if we can scrape out a win. All right, so thank you guys so much for listening and watching. I hope you enjoyed the video and the game tonight. We'll talk to you guys then.